When we feel anxious, our first instinct is to zero in on the thing that seems to be causing it. But what if we've been looking in the wrong place this whole time? What if the real root of our anxiety isn't something out there, but something deep inside of us? All right, let's get into this. We all know these feelings, right? That pit in your stomach before a big speech, the stress of just trying to get to the airport on time, or maybe waiting for that one important letter or email that could change everything. These things feel like the obvious culprits behind our worry. I mean, they're right there. You can point to them. But hang on a second. What if these specific worries are just the symptoms, not the actual disease? What if they're just convenient hooks for a much deeper, more fundamental feeling to hang its hat on? Okay, this is where things get really interesting. The common view is pretty straightforward. Scary thing happens, you feel anxious. Makes sense. But this deeper view suggests something that's way more counterintuitive, that a lot of our anxiety can actually be a direct result of, get this, simply not liking ourselves very much. So what are we talking about when we say self-hatred? This isn't just, being in a bad mood. It's a core belief that deep down you're unworthy or bad. And if you truly believe you're bad, well, it's only logical to expect that bad things are going to happen to you. You feel like you deserve to be punished, so you end up living in this constant state of waiting for it. And this cycle here just lays it all out so clearly. It starts with that feeling of unworthiness. From there, your brain just logically concludes that, okay, punishment must be on its way. And that single conclusion creates a life lived on high alert, this constant, humming anxiety just waiting for the other shoe to drop. And that's exactly why, for someone with this feeling, even the good times can feel stressful. If things are going well, the self-hating part of the mind doesn't relax. No way. Instead, it sees the calm as some kind of temporary mistake, like a quiet before the world finally figures it out and delivers the punishment it thinks is long overdue. Now, one of the trickiest things about this is that disliking ourselves can become so normal we don't even realize we're doing it. So let's make this a bit more personal, shall we? We're going to do a quick, and I mean really honest check-in. Just take a moment with these next few statements. All right, first one up. Broadly speaking, I like myself as I am. Don't overthink it. What's your gut reaction? Do you generally agree or disagree with that? Just be honest with yourself. Okay, number 2. People should be relatively grateful to have me in their lives. Now, this isn't about being arrogant. It's just about having a quiet confidence that you bring value to the people around you. Where do you land on this one? Let's try to step outside ourselves for just a second here. Number 3, if I didn't know me, I'd think I was okay. If you could look at your life and who you are objectively, could you give yourself a passing grade? Just think about it. And the last one, and this one goes pretty deep. Growing up, I was given the feeling that I properly deserved to exist. This one really gets to the root of our sense of worth. Was your right to just be here affirmed for you? Let that one sink in. So here's the big takeaway from that little exercise. If you found yourself leaning towards disagree on a lot of those, it's possible that your anxiety isn't because you have more to worry about than other people. It might just be because you like yourself a lot less than you deserve to. So if the real problem is this hidden self-dislike, what on earth is the solution? Well, this is where it gets really counterintuitive. It's not about tackling the worries head-on. So often, we try to fight anxiety with logic, right? We tell ourselves, statistically, this flight is perfectly safe, or I've practiced the speech, I'll be fine. But that's like trying to bail out a sinking ship with a teaspoon. The truly effective cure isn't more logic, it's love. It's about going to the source and addressing that core self-hatred that's fueling the alarm in the first place. And listen, love here doesn't have to be some huge, abstract thing. It's really practical. It's about actively, consciously reminding yourself that you have a right to be here. It's looking back at any past neglect and understanding, truly understanding that it wasn't your fault. It means treating yourself with tenderness instead of judgment, and yeah, maybe even giving yourself a metaphorical or even a practical long hug. Let's just pause on this for a second because it really sums it all up perfectly. Our anxiety can be a masquerade, a really convincing disguise for a deep and totally unfair habit of just not liking ourselves. So the big goal here really is to completely reframe how you see your own anxiety. Instead of seeing it as a logical reaction to some threat out there, we can start to see it as a signal, like a distress call from a part of ourselves that feels unworthy and unloved.
And that leaves us with one final, and I think pretty powerful question. The next time that familiar feeling of panic starts to creep in, instead of focusing on the flight or the speech or the letter, what if the very first thing you asked yourself wasn't, what am I so afraid of, but instead, how can I be just a little bit kinder to myself right now?